Next, angiospermic life cycle. Angiosperms are the advanced group of plants on the land. These are flowering plants, that is flower producing, and also fruit and seed producing plants. These plants have the sporophytic generation, which is diploid in condition. This sporophyte is represented in the form of a plant body that contains root system and the shoot system. So, well developed root system, either it may contain the taproot system as like in dicots, or fibrous root system as like in the monocots. But when it comes to the shoot system, which is mostly aerial, that contains stem, branches, leaves as vegetative structures, and once the vegetative growth is completed, they start producing the reproductive structures, that is flowers, and the flowers will participate in the pollination process, which are giving rise to the fruits and the seeds. So, let us take the flower of this sporophytic generation. So, the flower contains male reproductive structures and the female reproductive structures. The male reproductive structures are called as stamens. Female reproductive structures are called as carpels. Stamens contains anthers, and anthers produce pollen mother cells. Whereas this pollen mother cells will undergo meiosis, that is reduction division will take place here to produce pollen grains, which are haploid in condition. Now, let us come to female side. The carpels contains style, stigma and ovary. Inside the ovary, ovules are present. The ovules contain embryo sac. That embryo sac, actually here the ovules contains nucellus. From there, megaspore mother cell is produced. This up to this stage, all the stages, all the parts are diploid in condition, and this megaspore mother cell will undergo reduction division to form megaspores. These megaspores are haploid in condition, and this megaspore will undergo repeated mitosis to form embryo sac. Embryo sac is otherwise called as female gametophyte. Then this pollen grain also participate in mitosis to produce male gametophyte. So, here female gametophyte and male gametophyte. So, we have started with the sporophytic generation, and all these are diploid stages till the pollen mother cell and the megaspore mother cell, and from that the pollen grains and megaspores are formed respectively, then giving rise to the male gametophyte and the female gametophyte. That is the next stage, second stage of the life cycle, or the gametophytic stage. Here male gametophyte is separate and the female gametophyte is separate. So, we call this condition as a monoecious condition. So, we call this as a dioecious condition, that is gametophytes are dioecious in their nature. The male gametophyte will produce male gametes, which are haploid in condition, and female gametophyte will produce egg cell, and also which is haploid in condition, and also secondary nucleus. This secondary nucleus is diploid in condition. This secondary nucleus is diploid in condition, and out of the two male gametes, one of the male gamete will fuse with the egg cell, and this process is called as syngamy or fertilization process, resulting into zygote, which is diploid in condition. Whereas the second male gamete will fuse with the secondary nucleus. So, one set of chromosomes that are present in male gamete and two sets of chromosomes that are present in the secondary nucleus will fuse. So this process is called as triple fusion and resulting into primary endosperm nucleus, which is triploid in condition. This primary endosperm nucleus is converted into endosperm as a result of post fertilization changes, and zygote is converted into embryo as a result of post fertilization changes. And from here onwards, when the fertilization is taking place, from here onwards the diploid stage will start now. Now this embryo which is present inside the seed, both embryo and endosperm, both of them are present inside the seed. When the seed is germinated, once again it is giving rise to the sporophytic generation. So in this entire life cycle, where the reduction division is taking place, that means here this stage till the fertilization stage, all these structures are haploid in condition. So we call it as haploid stage. Whereas from this stage, zygote and primary endosperm nucleus till the pollen mother cell and the megaspore mother cell, all of them are diploid in condition. So we call this stage as a diploid stage. So two stages are there, diploid structures are there and also the haploid structures are present. So we call this life cycle as diplohaplontic life cycle. And two generations are also there, sporophytic generation and also the gametophytic generation are there. Always the gametophytic generation is dioecious, but in some of the plants the sporophyte may be dioecious or may be monoecious in its nature. And the two generations always come in alternate manner. That means first starting with the sporophyte, gametophytes will come. Once again they are replaced by the sporophytic generation. Likewise the two generations will be coming in the alternate manner in the life cycle. Then the sporophyte is considered as a dominant stage, and it have the ability to survive on the land and adapt to the environmental conditions, and it is directly exposed to the environment. But the gametophytes, that is male and female gametophytes, are represented with few number of cells, and those are highly reduced stages in the life cycle. Those are present inside the sporophytic plant body, and they does not have any root, leaf and stem like organizations. They are nutritionally dependent on the sporophytic generation. So these are the changes that we observe in the life cycle of a typical angiospermic plant.